What's going on, everybody? This is Sayan. I want to give a nice introduction to one of my good friends. Originated from South Carolina, football player, author, a father, and last but not least, man of God. Ronheen, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing good,
hey,
bro.
Yeah, man. Man, it's a nice day outside, bro. Mm-hmm. How you feeling? How you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm grateful to be here. Thankful to be here, man. Just happy just to be in a new space creatively, and I'm just glad to be here. Appreciate you for having me, and bless me with this time.
Yeah, it's all love, and I know you have a book on your lap, but before we get to that, tell the audience who is Ronheen Bingham.
Ronheen, man. I mean, I'm a son. I'm a father, of course. Originally from South Carolina, born and raised. Growing up there, it was, full of, country. Of course, I know everybody see like the boots on the ground and everything, the beaches. I'm a brother of, I have 10 siblings, of course. I'm the youngest, the baby boy. Shout out to my mom, Dukes, and I'm just here, just enjoying life right now, man. That's a little something.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, so what made you get into football? Like, was sports always a thing for you?
So growing up, my mom always said, I always did say like I wanted to play football when I was a kid. That's how she got me to go to the dentist one time because I had to get my teeth pulled out. And she was like, if you don't cry, I'll let you play football, you know what I'm saying? And she ended up doing that. So that was one thing that growing up that I just stuck with when I was a kid.
Perfect. And then before we get to the book, what's one person right now, inspiration, dead or alive?
Inspiration, Nipsey Hussle, of course. I would say he, just watching his documentaries, the books that he recommended, that's, for me personally, that's somebody that's a big inspiration for me.
Absolutely, and honestly, that's a good thing. So shout out to Nip. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the book. So what made you come up with the name?
Boys Do Cry, man. What made me come up with the name is that the stigma on men that we don't have emotions, you know what I mean? That we're not vulnerable, like. So just one day I was just doing camp, football stuff, and I was just thinking of different ways to like invent myself outside of the game. And I just thought about it. I was like, man, boys don't cry all the time, but I need to write something that can change the stigma. So that's how I came up, Boys Do Cry.
Oh, that's beautiful. And how long did it take you? Like, what was the process from start to finish? And was there any difficult moments with you? Because I know trying to balance writing a book and doing sports at the same time. Like, how did you balance that?
It came with my friend Taylor. She has a book too. Shout out to her. We was talking and she was like, man, I remember when we used to when we was in college, and I had did a short film, and I had told her I always wanted to do a children's book. You know what I mean? And she ended up reaching out to me. I already kind of had the concept of what I wanted to do. And we just worked together. She helped me. We was on Zoom calls. We was talking. I was writing. She was writing. We was helping each other, and she helped me with my illustrations and everything. So it made it a lot more easier, like while I was like focusing on football stuff as well. So it was a good transition.
Yeah, that's nice, because balance is one of the hardest things to do in life, because it's never 50-50. It's always 60-40 or 70-30. So having a balance of trying to accomplish your work with football, but trying to do what you love at the same time, which is with this book. I guess, like, was there any motivation behind it, any inspiration behind it? So maybe something from your past that made you want to write this book?
Yeah, I feel like the character Elijah, man, I feel like his story is all our stories as men. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like just growing up, I went through like getting picked on when I was a kid. I wasn't good in school, but, I went to junior college and stuff like that, and I just had people in my corner that gave me that safe space to be vulnerable, to be able to, push forward and like achieve more than, what I felt like it needed to be done. So that was what came about with the book, and it helped a lot.
And from start to finish, how long did it take you to actually be like, you know what, this is the one, this is it, I want to go ahead and release the copy?
Yeah, so we actually had like 3-4 different covers of the book. Okay. You know what I mean? So it was actually a different character than this, but all the characters that I seen, it just wasn't sticking. Like, I was like, nah, that's kind of like off. And then when we finally got to this character right here, Elijah, that I just remember seeing like my childhood photo. I had the same like hair, same style, so it kind of like, it was like, yeah, that's the one. You know what I mean? That's the one that started off, and as soon as we got the picture, it was go after that. All we had to do was just execute the strategy that we had came up with.
But yeah, let me go ahead and so let me go ahead and flash that to the camera for you guys to see it. And then, honestly, if you want the shot, go ahead. That'd be a nice look.
Yeah.
So shout out to Elijah. This is a main character. So once you get that shot, let me know. Boom. Beautiful. But yeah, like so I guess steering away from the book just a little bit. So when you say you were picked on, right? Is that something that just kind of broke you down, just kind of built you up though? Because we do live in an age where, bullying is me personally saying, is at an all-time high. Someone's shoes isn't expensive enough. Someone's clothes isn't expensive enough, because I dealt with, a lot of bullying before just because I didn't have the latest trend. So I guess talk about bullying, or is it any bold that you want to tell the audience of kids or maybe adults who have been bullied?
I would say, like, just growing up, my mother, she did a great job of, like, when I used to come home and upset and mad and, crying or whatever, she used to always just tell me, like, the same people that's talking about you, they're going to be applauding you later on in life, you know what I mean? Because, kids, everybody know kids are mean, you know what I mean? They don't mean what they say, but they just saying, they very blunt, you know what I mean? So growing up, it was hard, man. I had long hair. It made me cut my hair just because I was so insecure at the time, you know what I mean, of how I was feeling. But eventually the tables did turn, and I got to high school, and you know what I mean, went on, and now it's different now. But everybody, I feel like that made my character much stronger, like when I got older.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So is it one key advice that you want to give the audience, maybe when it comes to bullying, or when the time is coming, always stay ready?
Yeah, I would say don't let it get to you. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, I know, like, the words may feel harsh, but sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never will. Stay positive. Keep God first, and don't let them get to you, and don't let them keep you down.
Absolutely. And just staying away from the book for one more minute. I do want to ask this. So, like, is there one philosophy, one quote that you live by to this day?
Let me see. I would say be where your feet are.
Okay.
That's one that I just stand on just throughout the day, just because, like, I just try to be present in the moment, and, like, of course, like, throughout the day, throughout the week, the hour, you be so focused on the future and trying to get there. But at the end of the day, like, your future self will applaud you more if you focus on right now. You know what I mean? So I just tell anyone, just be where your feet are and just be in the moment.
I like that. And honestly, let's just kind of stay on that a little bit longer. Staying present. Why is it so important not to think too much about the past, about the future? Because one thing that I did hear is, once you think about the future so much, that's when you build anxiety, like, I gotta get $1 million by 30 years old. Or if you think so much about the past, that's when you so kind of build depression, kind of be like, oh, why me, why this? I guess, do you feel the same way, where if you're thinking too far ahead, it's a bad thing? Thinking too far back, that's also a bad thing. So how do you stay present without eliminating the expectation, like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym and have a good workout, but sometimes you go to the gym and you don't have a good workout. So having the expectation, that a false expectation, I guess you could say, what's the best tips would you give to stay present when it comes to friendships, job, relationships?
I would say the best thing to do is, like, for me personally, of course, I just try to, like, plan my day throughout, like, in the night before. Like, I'll write down, like, stuff that I want to do, and instead of just, like, trying to focus on tomorrow or try to just focus on the future. Of course, I have my goals that I want to achieve in the future, but I just try to just make sure to stay there, like, where I'm at, because at the end of the day, like, the future is not gonna be here, but it will be here, because as the second pass, we are in the future. So it's just like, we already in our future self as the seconds go, so that's why it's good to just be present.
Okay. Yeah. So Ronheen, give me some lessons that may be taught within the book.
Some lessons that are taught in the book is emotional intelligence.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Through storytelling. So it's not like just saying, like, oh, you need to have emotional intelligence. It's like different journeys that he navigates throughout the day of his life. So you have Elijah to where like, let's just say he's struggling in his math class. He's frustrated. He ended up like just running out, storming out of class. But his teacher ended up coming to him and talking to him and letting him know like, hey, you know, that's not the way to handle things when you're upset or when you're mad or when you can't understand. A lot of us like when we don't understand, we act out. You know what I mean? So I just feel like in the book it gives like scenarios of where you have to control your emotions and think first logically so you can be able to have a better result in what you're trying to do.
That makes sense, okay. You know, it's the thing that goes where we are so accustomed to listen to respond rather than listen to understand. So for you saying that makes a lot of sense. And honestly, that would range among all age groups, you know, because we are so quick to make decision making where sometimes taking a little bit longer, like 10, 15, 30 seconds to let it marinate. Because like sometimes you could be in the wrong, vice versa. The other person could be in the wrong, but so once it's taking time to let it marinate, just understanding that, hey, you know what? We could make a easy resolve from just understanding of each other. And then another question I had about the book, what's coming after that? Is it gonna be like a series, or is it just gonna be like a one-off book?
So it's gonna be a series.
Okay.
I want to based off it's gonna be character development. There's other stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes that I'll talk to you off camera about.
Okay.
But it's definitely gonna be a series. There's gonna be more books to come from this, man.
Okay.
I would definitely want to develop his characters so people can see his story, Elijah. You know what I mean? Bring him to life. You know what I mean? So that's my goal with that, and trying to just navigate that and into my new field of what I'm like learning how to do besides the sport of football.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So is Elijah gonna be the character moving forward, like the main one?
Yeah, he's gonna be one of the characters, but I'm also gonna introduce other characters throughout. So it will come down to like the next book when it comes out. It's gonna be a different character.
Oh, okay.
But Elijah eventually will come back. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's been a good talk with you, Ronheen. So I say, let's go ahead and give some life advice, shall we?
Yeah.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
Oh, let me see. The best advice. The best advice I receive is don't listen to how they say it, listen to what they say. So like one of my coaches, he used to be yelling, cussing, like, snapping. Like he used to make everybody want to fight, don't make them want to just be upset. And one day he said that, he was like, I know y'all get upset, I know y'all get mad, but don't listen to how I say it to y'all, listen to what I say. And once I started deciphering all the stuff that he was saying and just getting to the simple meat, the bone of what he was saying, that was the gem, you know what I mean? So after that helped me in the work. Like, you know what I mean? You have a bad boss. It's just like, I'm not gonna take it personal. He just upset. His boss may have got on to him, and now he got, it rolled downhill. So it just kind of like made me look at like just people differently, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And not be upset at a lot of stuff that they do, you know what I mean? So.
Okay, and then let's flip the script.
Yeah.
What's the worst advice you have ever received?
Okay, what's the worst advice? So the worst advice was when they used to have like those little pyramid schemes. Everybody used to hit you up, hey man, I could turn 100 to 1,000, you know what I'm saying? And then you end up trying to do the 100, and then the text go from blue to green, and it's like, so yeah.
Now that's hilarious though. Yeah, so Ronheen, so what do you have planned in the future right now?
So right now, if you're trying to look for my book, it's available right now at Nova's bookstore. Also on Amazon, you can get it. Just type Ronheen Bingham and then just type Boys Do Cry. It'll pop right up. Also, my social medias, add that, $1 Million Mindset, at Smile Your Best on Twitter. And we got a lot of dope content coming out this year as far as like with the book and myself included on my channels and stuff.
Perfect. And as he mentioned, all the information will be tagged in. So once again, signing, shout out to Ronheen Bingham. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and so got so much more in store. Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm gonna just go try to find someone. Oh, grab her.
So I guess we put it.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. I wrote a children's book called Boys Do Cry, and I was wondering if I could get your live reaction of the book.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, cool, thank you. Yeah, we set it up. We shoot some content for the promo for the book, and we just want to get like live reaction. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like Hollywood over here.
Okay. Yeah, you can sit right there. That's fine. There you go.
Okay.
So my name is Sayan, and this is Abe. So I'm gonna have you mic'd up for anything you want to put it at.
Cool. Nice to see you guys.
Thank you.
You know, right in the phone.
Okay. So, of course, my name is Ronheen Bingham, and today this is my children's book called Boys Who Cry. Tell me what you think.
Wow. Well, I love the colors. I love the blue. I do particularly like that he's rocking an afro.
Yeah.
I know sometimes men like to rock this shortcut, but I'm a big proponent of like natural hair and feeling confident in the skin that you're in. So I really like that as well. And then what was the second?
The second question, do you think boys have a safe space to cry?
I think it depends on environment, really. I know with culture, it's not really that like common. I don't want to say common.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Men
Yeah.
feel like they have to have like a harder exterior, and they're not really allowed to show their emotions, quote unquote. But I don't think that's true. Yeah, I think it just depends on how you're raised and how you're taught to communicate when you're growing up. I wish that it was a safer space.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But I think that crying isn't a sign of weakness. I think it's just a way of release. When you're able to cry, let your emotions out, you're able to deal with your issues, and then get resolution if you possible.
Okay. Yeah. So I totally agree with that. I feel like that was the main reason why I wanted to write the book, to give guys and boys that's becoming men a safe space to be able to cry and express their emotions and be vulnerable.
Yeah, I think emotional intelligence shouldn't be niche. So I think this is great. What you're doing will help a lot of people.
Okay. Thank you, and I appreciate you for your time, and it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Sorry, I was a little nervous at the beginning.
I know, it's okay. It's okay. It's live. It's reaction. That's the raw reaction. We need the raw.
Okay.
Yeah, you did great.
Yeah, of course.
Can I get your social medias and everything?
This definitely helped us a lot.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm a realtor.
Oh,
Always looking.
Always
Always
looking.
looking.
Yeah.
Let's see. Facebook is on mine.
Thank you, Lon. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes, well, good luck.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great work.
I appreciate
I
that.
wish you guys success.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Boom.